2 weeks ago, you were featured in an Associated Press story concerning taxes that were owed to Knott County, Kentucky by Jim Justice, who's running for governor in West Virginia. And the story was talking about how he owes $15 million between West Virginia, Kentucky, Virginia, Tennessee. But you may have the highest burden of unpaid taxes of anybody, because you have over $2.3 million in unpaid taxes, and that's just for going back to 2000 through 2014, is that right?
That's correct.
So the 2015 taxes, which are not paid, have not been calculated yet, or have the 16 taxes?
The 15 actually has, not the 16. So the 15 is included in the 14.
Okay, so in that 2.3 million.
Correct.
So tell us sort of how that came to be, and how you all are handling it as judges.
Well, it's devastating. I mean, you talked about how we were rocked by the loss of coal severance and mineral severance as well, and then on top of that, not getting paid the unmined mineral and property taxes from him, and so it's sort of compounded the problem. And we have filed suit. The county attorney has filed suit, and we're trying to collect on that. He has made some payments, and then we'll stop.
Yeah. So you filed suit, and then he made a payment, right?
Correct.
And then he was supposed to pay y'all negotiated $120,000 a month until he got caught up. So you filed suit. He made the first payment in September. Is that right?
That's right, and none in October.
So it was due last Monday, and he didn't pay it.
That's correct.
And have you had any messages from him or communication? Or?
Well, the county attorney would be trying to contact him, so I'm not sure exactly where they are in their talks.
And what do they tell you of why they're not paying?
To my knowledge, I don't know. You know, I really don't. They just sort of put us off.
So, what's next? I mean, what are your legal options, and what are you looking at if he won't pay you?
Well, the county attorney will be looking at maybe seizing the property, or seizing any equipment that may be on the property.
Now, when you say seize it, you all would then try to sell it?
That's correct, to try to fulfill the tax burden that he's created.
Are the mines operational at all?
No, they're idle.
And how long have they been on?
At least a year.
And do you expect them at any time to resume?
I have no idea. I hope they resume mining, but we don't see any activity as far as that.
Right. One of the things that in our conversations, you ultimately fear a little bit of bankruptcy. I mean, if they declare bankruptcy on those mines, then you're out everything,
well,
other than you try to get the property, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, we'd be held, you know, we'd be holding the bag and with nothing in it, and so that does scare. And this money goes not only to the county that we operate on. This also goes to the school system. It goes to the sheriff's department.
So it's forcing both your law enforcement and your schools to cut back. And would it be proportionally the same? I mean, it's 25% of your current budget if you had it.
Right. Yeah, and you know, 60% of that monies would go to the school system. So you're talking about a huge loss.
So that's having, I mean, that's a compounding. You're 2 years behind, and that money's just not coming in, and you're having to cut, right?
That's correct. And we've cut. You know, we were already having to cut because of the loss of the coal severance, and then when someone doesn't pay their property taxes or other taxes, then we're forced to cut further. And you know, there's not much left to cut here in Knott County.
So you all need the money.
We do. We desperately need the money, and I hope we can prod him to go ahead and pay.